Welcome to the PFS podcast with Evan, Drew, Matt, and Pat.
Crisp.
What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the PFS podcast, Christmas edition. Happy holidays, everybody.
Ho, ho, ho.
Merry
Family to
Christmas.
yours.
My name is Evan.
My name is Drew. I'm Pat.
I'm Matt.
That's better, yeah. Let's keep it like that. We got another fun podcast planned for you guys today. We had a great week of football once again, and we can't wait to talk about it. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Awesome. So, first, Rams Seahawks. Who wants to talk about this one a little bit?
I'll just talk about special teams being a third of the game, and that's really what made the difference in this game. The Rams just couldn't get anything put together on the special teams front, giving up the touchdown, and then also the 2-point conversion. That really, actually, I'm going to get fired up about that. That pissed me off. The 2-point conversion being a play that they blew dead and then awarding it after the fact, I feel like is so not football. Like, it's after the play's over. Zach Charbonnet goes to pick up the ball to hand it to the ref. And meanwhile, they're on the broadcast talking about, Zach Charbonnet's awareness. He picked up the ball and looked to the ref right away to just toss it to him, and they gave him a 2-point conversion to tie the game. I don't feel like that's valid at all.
But did they blow the whistle?
Yeah, they blew the play dead.
Okay, that's outrageous, huh?
Yeah.
And then afterwards, they awarded it a 2-point conversion.
Yeah,
Because-
you could tell he was literally just picking it up. No urgency at all.
Everybody on the Rams stopped running. Everybody playing the games stopped because they blew the whistle like 5 times. And then they go back to review and change the call on the field, and it ties the game. The Rams lost it in many ways, but the fact that that's the reason it was tied was, I don't know, garbage.
I'm with you guys now. I don't trust Sam Darnold come playoff time. I think he played bad 90% of that game. They kind of got lucky. The punt return, they got lucky with that. So
He's not going to be consistent enough to make a run. He can't.
I don't think so. But I have them at the top of my power rankings this week because they did beat the man.
Yeah, good game. Good
Not the
comeback.
man yet. Not the man yet.
Rashid Shaheed, punt returner, good at football.
Yeah.
Yeah, it made a big difference when they got him the ball.
Literally, that won them the game, honestly.
Yeah, and then the end around.
Bears Packers, another big game. Pat, I'll let you talk about this one a tiny bit since you're the NFC North guy.
Yeah. I
Designated
mean,
Packers.
talk about lucky wins. Bears got another one. But, props to them. They hung around and they were in a spot where, they kind of were able to get a bounce go their way and capitalize on it. Jordan Love went out was big, obviously, but Malik Willis is a very good backup in my opinion. And that was a good throw and catch in overtime by Caleb Williams. And they're firmly in the driver's seat of the NFC North. So, props to them. Good turnaround.
That
And
was
that
one of
Soldier-
the best
Soldier
throws I've seen
Field-
this field.
Soldier Field was electric from the final 2 minutes on. That looked fun.
Mhm. Yeah, I bet. I'll let you keep talking a little bit, Pat. Steelers, Lions. I'm sure you have a little bit of a rant. In
All
here.
right. Well, I'm gonna get this out of the way first. That was classic Lions, learning new things about the rule book every day. So I don't think those 2 OPIs were. I don't think they were terrible calls. I think they could have gone either way, and yeah, I think Jalen Ramsey sold his a little bit, but those are just things you can't do. Tesla can't lower his shoulder there, and that cost him. But the defense once again couldn't stop anyone, and the O-line just was laying up pressure every other play, it felt like, and they couldn't get the run game going at all. So I think they had 39 rush yards, and 17 of those came on one play. So that's just not really how they want to win football games. And props to the Steelers. They look good, but yeah, Lions are pretty bleak right now for postseason.
If Jordan Love's out, that could be big for you guys. On the Steelers side of that, I think they could be legit. I still don't want to count my chickens before they hatch. But I think they looked great. The running game was good. The run defense was good with Derek Harmon back. It was just an impressive game up until that last drive there, but
Yeah.
a win's a win. So
Yep.
speaking of a win's a win, it was ugly, but the Patriots got it done over the Ravens. Drake May had a good game, MVP kind of performance. The odds shrunk now. Him and Stafford are pretty close again, so that'll be interesting going forward.
Mm.
NFC and the Ravens are dead, but we'll talk more about that
Yeah.
in
Get John Harbaugh out of there.
later on. Yeah, for real. NFC South, that was a good game. I think Baker's the problem. That could be the wrong thing to say, but he's looked terrible since
He's
like
gotta
week 10.
be injured, right? I'm
Oh,
thinking
yeah,
back
for
to
sure.
that game where he went down at
Yeah.
the half after doing the Hail
I'm
Mary. I
surprised
think
he's
he's playing
playing.
through something. I think it's like his last year at the Browns. He's playing through something, and he's
Right.
just not telling people. He's a
Yeah.
good quarterback.
The other problem is I don't think their O-line's been doing him any favors. I
Yeah.
feel like he's always scrambling and then forcing the ball in bad spots.
But
Did you guys know
Pat,
that in
I think your guys might have it.
Panther? I think
Sorry.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, my guys. But quick thing, Todd Bowles he's been the coach for 3 years. I think his record's like 27-25, and he has 3 NFC South division titles. So that's just kind of a funny
Yeah,
thing to
that's
think
crazy.
about. So I think
Not
he
hard
needs
to
to go,
beat,
in my
man.
opinion. But
Yeah,
Panthers,
he should be on one.
Yeah, it's
He
tough.
should be
It's
on his
tough.
way out.
Panthers
And
stock up.
for
big time.
and real quick, playoff picture. Who's on top of the AFC right now? I believe it is
I think Denver
Patriots
still.
again.
Yeah, I can
Oh,
pull
it's
it
Denver.
up. Patriots.
Yeah.
Oh, Denver. Yeah, Denver. Then
Denver,
Patriots. Both 12-3,
So
and then
that'll
Jags
be
11-4.
that one. I think could be even more entertaining to watch down the stretch than the NFC
Yeah.
1 seed. But right now,
And-
Seattle's got it.
And before we move on, I do want to. How do you feel about the DK Metcalf suspension, Evan, as a Steelers fan?
I think it was the right. Like they had to suspend him, but from what I've seen, it wasn't like you can't react there if you're DK, but
Yeah.
also like it didn't seem like a great thing. There's no way he said nothing, There's definitely something.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
People are saying he just said his government name. That's what people
Yeah,
in the
no, I
section
did-
are saying.
I did see a video from like the crowd, like a row behind, where it did just sound like he was saying his name, but I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
That's
I'd be
also-
shocked.
No matter
They
what
also-
fans say, you can't do that. I think
They
2
also
games is a
have
little
a-
generous, honestly.
DK and that fan have a history together. Like DK got him kicked out of another game like 2 or 3 years ago because he was
Yeah.
like chirping him all game or whatever. So I don't know, something
You
weird.
can't be
And that
having
guy,
beef with a guy wearing a Honolulu blue wig.
How do you have a vendetta against this guy?
well, he had a DK Metcalf jersey,
Yeah,
and I think that's how we got him over there. So that was strange. But
This
Let's
guy
move
has
on.
mental games.
Matt, you are up. Let's hear it.
All right. Bottom row of the mountain. Let's go. New team on the mountain, the Jacksonville Jaguars. We were talking about it before last week, I think, or maybe it was the week before, but I really have faith in Trevor Lawrence, especially now that he has a true, like, number 1 reliable wide receiver in Jacoby Myers. So that paired with their win over the Broncos this week, defense is playing well still. Kind of getting back to the earlier season form. Next, I got the Texans. Offense not impressing me, but realistically, the way that their defense plays, all they have to do is hold teams to like 20 and score like 23 and they'll still win. It doesn't seem to matter if they're playing a garbage team or a good team. Their opponent really isn't scoring much over like the low 20s. Huge game for Ashton Genty though. We could have probably talked about that. He's awesome. But next, Patriots. Honestly, wasn't super inspired by their win last night over the Ravens, but got the job done. I don't really think there are too many teams that are serious for the Super Bowl this year in any meaningful fashion over anybody else. So I'll still give the Patriots their flowers for, they got the job done yesterday, and they played the Bills tight both games, won one, lost one. So that kind of goes into my next row. Bills, Obviously, if you got Josh Allen, I talked about it every week, and defense playing well. Again, same with the Texans, playing down to their opponent. Don't love that for them, but also they've seemed to play up to every opponent they've played. And then I have the Seahawks still a little bit below the number 1 tier, just based on the fact that Sam Darnold, I don't trust it, but they have shown kind of consistently that they can get wins without him. Even if they're kind of fluky in different ways, they get the job done. It was a good win Thursday night over the Rams, even though it was a weird way to win. But they got the job done, which is all you need. Top tier, still the Rams. Still, I think, have probably the most experienced quarterback. Still remaining out of the teams contending. I think they kind of have the best overall situation. The only thing that really troubles me with them is, well, injuries coming to the postseason. If I think Devontae or Puka goes out for serious time, they're going to have some serious problems. But more so is their special teams. Their kicking unit does not look great. And at the start of the game, the fact that they couldn't punch in a couple of those touchdowns in the red zone was also rough. Any qualms? I know some of the boys want the 49ers on.
Yeah, I want the 49ers on the list, and I probably want the Seahawks on the 3rd row. But I don't know.
Who
how
would
they
you
feel.
switch with
After
the
they
Seahawks?
won, Drew? I don't know.
Well, okay, but we're not just. This isn't the power rankings. This isn't the best teams right now. This is who we think has the best chance of winning a Super Bowl, and we just
But who would
talked.
They
you
just
switch?
beat the
Who would you switch with the Seahawks?
I don't think there's a clear Super Bowl favorite, but I don't think Darnold is going to lead a campaign to win a Super Bowl. I would put the Patriots. I'd switch them with the Seahawks, and honestly, I'd
The
put the
Patriots-
Niners. I'd put the Niners in over the Texans. I don't think their
Ooh, yeah.
offense is good enough to win a Super Bowl. I think their
I
defense
agree.
is great. That can get them a playoff win or two, but they're not going to win a Super Bowl just from a good defense and an inconsistent offense. Also, a
So-
good defense that gives up 20 points to the Raiders in a 23-20 victory with none
You
of their
can't say
players
they
out with
aren't a
injury.
good defense.
The
They're like
What?
the
yeah,
they
best
have
defense
great
in the league.
defense, but they have a great defense.
Every
But the only
team's-
reason they're
every
on this
team's gonna
mountain
have a
is because
bad
they have
game.
the best defense.
well,
but they
that's the
give up
thing. Is
20 points to the
realistically,
Ravens.
if they scored 24 points 3 weeks in a row, they're gonna win the Super Bowl. Like that's
Yeah.
just like if they can,
My
like their defense is that good.
but my
If
concern
If they
is
can go out there and put 24 points up for 3 weeks, they have. I think they have a good shot to win the Super Bowl if they can do that. With the way that their defense plays, it's the best unit in
You
football.
think they're putting up 24 points a week against
I
playoff
think they
caliber
can.
teams?
I think it's possible.
Yeah, obviously they
I-
can do
I
it.
think
Talk
there's
about the
gonna
teams
be-
that they're going against. They're going against a bunch of garbage defenses.
I think there's
The
going to be
Bills
a
let up a
spot
lot of
where
points.
oh boy, I think there's going
Go
to be a
ahead.
spot where they're going to need the offense to step up, and I don't know if I fully trust them to do it. I agree the defense can win games on their own, but it's just the offense. I don't know if it's down in crunch time. I don't know how much I really trust those guys to get the job done or put together a drive late in the game. You know,
Well, they did it against the Texans with Davis Mills at quarterback, or
Yeah.
Also, Matt, you want to hear how many times they've scored 24 points this year? 26
Go.
against the Titans, 44 against the Ravens. That's the game where Cooper Rush played. They scored 26 against the Niners, 36 against the Jags, and 40 against the Cardinals. That's it.
what position
All right,
does Cooper
how
Rush
many-
play? What position on defense does Cooper
Yeah.
Rush play?
Is he a defensive
Well, if the
lineman?
Ravens can't put up points and their defense is absolutely stifled and it's a broken franchise, then I don't think 44 points is that impressive. That was,
Also,
if you
Drew.
think back to that game, that was one of the worst things ever.
Drew, you want the 49ers on there, I assume,
I do, yeah.
over the Texans. The 49ers have given up 14 points to Phillip Rivers throwing the ball. They barely ran the ball.
Yeah, but the
So
49ers
Rivers
have an
is a Hall of
offense
Fame
I'm actually
quarterback.
capable of. Yes, he is. Thank you,
He's
Patrick.
40
Thank you.
Is he 44,
But
45?
the
Yeah,
difference is
44.
Pat and I aren't saying the 49ers deserve to be on this list because they have one of the best defenses in the league. We think they are Super Bowl contenders. You're saying the Texans deserve to be on this list because they have the best defense in the league. That's my
I
call.
just think the Niners are a more well-rounded team. Their defense obviously isn't on the same level as Houston's, but I think
and
exactly.
they can play complementary better than
Yeah,
All around, I'm
get
much more
that.
confident in them.
I get that. And if we're talking about like most well-rounded teams, they would be higher than the Texans. But when we're talking about going to win a Super Bowl, you have to have a unit that's elite in one way, shape, or form. You can't do anything just average or good. Something has to be elite. And for me, the Texans' defense is elite, and I think their offense has a chance to go on. I mean, realistically, what do you need? A couple drives here and there, get 21. Like playoff games are grinders. We're not talking about like mid-season shootouts. We're talking about playoff games that always have a slower tempo. They always are more so defensive battles. And I'm not saying that they're going to go out there and dog walk any team. I just think that they have a better opportunity and a clearer path to go through and defensively route enough teams to go win a Super Bowl.
I just don't think the Texans are going to be able to control the game speed and the game script enough to win the games they need to win a Super Bowl. That's just not going to happen. You can't
I
tell
think
me
their
you think the
defense
Texans have a
does.
better chance than the 49ers. You just can't.
I can. Actually, I am.
I
The
just
Texans
don't.
will have an easier path too.
I just don't get it. Yeah, that is
Yeah,
true. That's a
Niners
good
might have to
argument.
play 1 or 2 division opponents to get to the
Yeah,
Super
no,
Bowl. Which
the
I'm not
AFC
crazy
is wide
about.
open. I will give you that. That's a good point, but it's also
I mean, that's part of my thing is, Ray, I got 4 teams
Yeah.
in the AFC there because that division is wide open, in my opinion, and all the teams are close. To me, the Seahawks and the Rams are kind of light years ahead of the other teams that are in the NFC. The path is way easier for those 2 teams than teams in the AFC.
Yeah.
Opposite for the other NFC teams.
I can accept that argument more, but
It's twofold.
Let's move on.
I think it's a good list.
Yeah,
it's
overall,
definitely
I
improving every week.
I like it. I think it's perfect right now. I think that's where
No.
it should be. So,
Let's calm it down.
Drew,
thanks, Evan.
you've been crying about the 49ers for so long.
Yeah, rightfully so. If I don't defend them, who's going to?
All right.
do we
Anyways,
have here?
let's get into our power rankings where you can, if you take a look, you can see that the Texans are above the 49ers over there. But
Yeah, because you two are criminals. I had them at 4. Patrick probably had them at like 4 or 5.
I had him
You
up
two
there,
are
yeah.
crazy.
I got them at 9.
Oh my God, you're a terrorist.
how? Let me look at it real quick and then we'll start it. Yeah,
Philip Rivers is dotting them up
five-
right now.
5-9, 4-9 were the places for the Niners. So
You both
Matt
have
and I
them
both
at
had 'em
9?
at
Are you
9.
guys crazy?
I like the teams in front of
I
them.
don't think
more.
I don't think that's too
Yeah.
crazy when you look at the teams ahead of them. Honestly,
Yeah,
have
I can
them
tell
higher,
you. I can
but
tell you.
Yeah.
It's
Anyways,
Well, if we're
Let's
putting
get
the
into
it.
Jags at 4,
All right.
I think the
Anyways,
Niners at 9.
talked
we'll
about
get
the
into
Niners
it, Drew.
enough.
We'll get into it. Let me just run through it real
Yeah, I
quick.
know.
how the turntables.
Raiders, Jets, Giants, Titans, Commanders, Browns, Cardinals, Chiefs, Dolphins, Falcons, Saints, Vikings, Bengals, Cowboys, Buccaneers, Ravens, Colts, Panthers, Lions, Steelers, Eagles, Packers, Chargers, Bears, 49ers, Broncos, Texans, Bills, Jaguars, Patriots, Rams, then Seahawks at 1. That's more so for our Spotify listeners who can't look at the screen. But yeah, anyways, we can get back into that. I think, Drew, do you still have an issue with the Jaguars ahead of the 49ers here? Or
I think at this point, with how well the Jags offense has been playing, there's an argument to have them above them. I think I have the Niners at 4, Jags at 5. I don't like the gap between them, but we don't need to keep talking about the Niners. Overall, I think it's 32 teams. I think it's a pretty decent power rankings.
yeah,
How about the
obviously
Chiefs at
we haven't.
25? Who would have
we're-
guessed that?
Yeah, big
Yeah,
slide.
I put them pretty low because they're
Yeah,
just
no,
dead.
me too, me too.
Yeah, I had him at 24.
When the backup quarterback tears his
they're
ACL
on-
too, like
Yeah.
They're on their 3rd string.
No,
That guy, Chris Oladiton, was drafted in the 7th round by the Steelers the same year Kenny Pickett got drafted.
wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I've never
And he
heard of that
didn't
guy
see the
before.
field. He played better than Minshew did, I think. But
Yeah, for a 3rd string, I was pretty impressed.
yeah. Let's see. The Panthers separated themselves from the Bucs a little bit. Steelers over Lions makes sense.
Chargers
think-
move into the top 10.
Yeah, that's
I think
big.
the most interesting part of the whole list is that stretch from 7 to 12, where Broncos, 49ers, Bears, Chargers, Packers, Eagles. Because, like,
Dude, it's all so tight.
those
Yeah.
teams are, like, all the same in my mind.
Yeah, I agree.
Like none of them are that much better than the other, but they're all like 10, 11 win teams.
They're all
Who,
confused.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
honestly,
they
I
have
feel like
flaws.
after the Bills, I feel like it's really like 6-13 at this point. I feel like the Steelers are starting to play up a little bit.
Honestly,
Yeah.
yeah. There's an
You
argument
know?
the Steelers might be better than some of those teams, but gotta
Yeah,
see
I
it.
mean they could definitely beat them any
They're
given
hot.
night.
They're hot.
Yeah.
Let me tell you some data I got as well from our list. The biggest risers were the Jaguars, who went up 6 spots, and then Seahawks, Chargers, Panthers, and Titans all went up 2 spots. But obviously, the most notable is the Jags going up 6. And then the biggest fallers were the Broncos and Chiefs, who both dropped 5 spots, and the Packers and Lions, who both dropped 3.
I will say we might have overreacted to this Jags Broncos game a little bit. +6 for the Jags,
don't-
-5 for the
I don't
Broncos.
think
You're
that's-
I
saying
don't
two-
think it's an. I don't know if it's an overreaction.
That's like a
Like
playoff
that's
game
the time
right
of
there.
the season. That's the time of the season we're in.
I think
Yeah,
Teams are showing you what they're at.
That was a big
So,
road
on
game
my
against
list-
the number 1 seed.
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
go in and dog walk them.
Yeah.
so.
Dude, oh
I,
my God, can we talk
I
about-
did have the Broncos at 7, so I guess
Yeah.
bad move. But
That's where
I
I
think
put 'em
for
at.
me it was kind of like I never thought the Broncos were like the 3rd or 2nd best team, but it's kind of like when you go on an 11-game win streak, you gotta
Yeah,
put them up there. So I guess this was kind of course correction.
Yeah.
I feel like this is more accurate. Can we talk
Yeah.
I
about
like
Bo
it.
Nix running out of bounds on that throwaway pass? That was hilarious.
Yeah,
I meant to bring
he's-
it up earlier, but holy
he's
smokes,
something.
that was so funny.
I
That's
was
your
on
fantasy
the
quarterback right there, Matt.
Well, that's what happened. I decided to
That's
finally
your
play him and
semi-final
give in to
quarterback.
all the people telling me I'm wrong and had a good game last week. Fool's gold. Guy's still garbage. Was garbage,
on
is
the-
garbage, is always going to be garbage.
Damn
I was
right.
on the Bo Nix support train for a little bit, but I'm back off of that now.
Let's go.
Real quick, the biggest disagreements we had in our separate lists, the Cowboys, somebody had them at 17, somebody had them at 24, so
Whoa.
7 spots in between. The
the heck?
Vikings, 19 and 24.
Yeah, there's no anonymity here.
The Chiefs, 23 and 27. The Bills, 3 and 9. Who had them at 3?
I think you
Um,
did.
Oh, me. Yeah.
That's a little
Oh,
crazy.
yeah.
I think I had
No.
him. I might have had him at 9. Honestly, that's a little.
I had him at 3.
Actually, I don't think
and
I had him. at
then the 49ers, 4 and 9.
Oh, I had the Bills at 9. That's on me, boys.
I
made
You
this
just
list
forgot
back
about
a
him
lot.
until you get there.
Just
Just forgot about him. Threw him in a 9.
But yeah, for those of you guys who are watching, make sure you comment your thoughts on the power rankings in the comments, and make sure you head to the Instagram at Pro Football Stuff, and leave your comments there. We're trying to get that going a little bit. So let's move on. I think we are on to our question of the day. So, what might that question be?
Tell me.
Do the Ravens go from here?
Home. Sell it for scraps, Evan.
Yeah, I think they gotta get rid of Harbaugh first. Obviously, that will be an appealing job
Oh yeah.
if they do fire him. But also, Lamar did not look like himself this year, so I don't know. I think he will next year. He'll be back to form, but like, still, that's a worry. But that will be the most attractive job location if they do fire him.
They have to.
Dude, sorry, hold up. The 49ers just doinked a 64-yard field goal off the bottom crossbar.
Spoiler.
Dang.
Go in.
Like it hit the crossbar. No, crossbar and out. Sorry.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, my
Man.
bad.
That's another doc for the 49ers. Can't make field goals.
Yeah. Special team. unit.
Jaguars kicker would make that.
Swear on it. All right, sorry.
anyway.
Sorry. Back to.
Does
Cam Little is making that field goal.
Lamar want to be a Raven?
All right. Yes.
I don't think he wants to play under Harbaugh. That's the problem.
I think the problem is that he pulled something in his hamstring and he doesn't feel safe running the football. honestly. And he also still doesn't have a reliable number one target. He's never had a reliable number one target. Zay Flowers is really good when you get the ball in his hands, but the guy's so erratic that you can't fall back on him. Honestly, I kind of feel like their offense is sort of similar to the Jags this year, where before they got Jacoby Myers, where there's no safety valve at wide receiver because Mark Andrews should be that, but he's had too many big drops and big moments. And Isaiah Likely has this terrible fumble problem that ruined a couple games. And Lamar then, ever since he was injured, just hasn't been playing at full throttle. They were showing the stats last night. His top speed before his injury was 15 miles per hour. Average speed on runs was 15, and after it's been 11, which just kind of goes to show that he doesn't want to put it into high gear, pull the bar on the RPOs, stuff like that. I think if they get a new coach, a true number one wide receiver, and kind of retool the defense a little bit, I don't think they're far. I think they're still in the Super Bowl window.
Oh, 100%.
Did you guys
There's a chance.
see
I mean, when you got a
Harbaugh's
quarterback like Lamar, you're gonna be in the window.
Did you guys see Harbaugh's interview coming out of halftime when they were asking him, is Lamar going to play the second half? He seemed like
No.
he seemed pissed off. He was like, we have Tyler Huntley. He can do anything Lamar can do. And he just seemed irked that Lamar was out and he's like, I don't know. We'll see. It just seemed like there was some frustrations there that were coming to head. So that's just an interesting thing for me. Keep an eye on. You just don't really hear coaches
I
talk
think
about their
they
starting
definitely
quarterbacks
have
that
some
way.
sort of beef with each other.
Right.
Yeah,
They're
especially when it's an MVP
VP
caliber guy.
winner. Yeah. When Zay Flowers caught that last ball last night, I knew he was gonna fumble that. Just the way he was running and going sideways and not going straight up the field is
Yeah.
it's what he does.
Yeah, exactly. He's boom or bust. And it's
Mhm.
what makes him really good as a weapon, but it's also the problem on, you can't trust somebody like that all the time.
Well, it came up there. It
Yeah.
came up in the Bengals game. It's he has a tendency to just drop the ball, pun intended, at key moments, and it's costed them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he can't be the number one guy. But are they even going to go out and get a receiver? They never do.
I think
don't-
they will.
I feel
Yeah,
like
I mean, they
If
got to
Lamar
try something
tells them he
different.
needs somebody else,
You don't think Lamar's been telling
realistic.
him that?
No, realistically, if they make a coaching change, their new coach will probably push for it and they'll probably listen more so than anything. Lamar probably doesn't have the same pull when it comes to it because of course your quarterback's always going to ask for more wide receivers, and better
Yeah.
talent to throw the
Mhm.
ball to. But if they got a new coach, honestly, I feel like it's kind of really similar to the Jags, right? This team has been better consistently, in the past than the Jags. But if you get a new coach, maybe an offensive minded guy, then have a defensive guru and, just as your defensive coordinator, I think you could be fine, honestly.
Yeah, they need to pick the right coach because, like you said, they're
Yeah.
still in the Super Bowl window, but not for long.
Yeah.
right? If they, if they pick the wrong guy, then their window will close.
Yeah.
Would they trade Tomlin for
From
Harbaugh straight up?
No,
He posted.
no. I
That
mean,
would
I
be
know
an
I was on
option.
the Tomlin fire wave 3 weeks ago, but
He's so bad.
he has
He's keeping
proved
it.
me
Yeah.
wrong.
Yep.
Yeah, he's
He
showing
is
up.
in his
Yeah, I feel like he
bag
always
right
does
now.
this.
Yeah,
Gotta
but
give
this
it
is
to him.
different. He will win a game here and there, but winning 3 big games like they did, that's different than what he normally does.
And
Yeah.
the Boo Birds were louder than ever this time, and they answered in a big way. So
Oh yeah,
stuck up
they
Tomlin.
were booing Renegade,
Yeah, you
definitely
never
stuck
hear
up
that.
right?
But Ravens dead.
From here, let's move on to one of our favorite segments.
All right, we got the dog of the week.
Bark, bark,
All
bark. Alright.
right, so
There's
10
15
seconds down.
let's get started with our first dog. We have
Let's
the
get started.
Real quick, fans. Pat was 2-1 last week with his dogs.
yes.
Pat was 2-1
I
last week.
Good week.
Lost
for
on the
dog.
Cardinals.
His dog.
So they were underdogs. All right,
least
we
the
got the
Patriots-
Giants.
The
Giants
Patriots
plus
sold him out. Huh?
Giants plus 1.5 underdogs at the Las Vegas Raiders. I don't know. I mean, this is going to be such a gross game. I love it. I love underdogs in these kind of games. There's not much to like about the Giants, but I feel like there's even less to like about the Raiders. I think Pete Carroll's already, all due respect, 1 foot in the retirement home. Give me Giants plus 1.5. And then for our second dog,
Damn right.
we were just talking about them. The Houston Texans at the Los Angeles Chargers. Is that going to show up, Evan? There we are. Plus 1.5. I believe they're on the road. I don't know. Chargers are hot. Both teams are kind of on a hot streak coming into this game. So that's a little cause for concern, but I like the Texans defense. Give me the Texans plus 1.5. Third dog. I was just saying the praises of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Cleveland Browns plus 3.5. We are getting frisky here. This is going to, I don't even know where this game's at, but
That's
it's
a
gonna be
dog.
outdoors
You're just salty.
in December. Myles Garrett's getting the sack record.
It's in
It's
Cleveland.
in Cleveland. It's in
Browns
Cleveland.
win.
No, he's not.
What did he say?
Aaron
They
Rodgers
aren't-
might die.
I'm not gonna let him get the sack record.
He's not gonna have a choice.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not
what?
up
Yeah,
to
you-
them.
Just
It's
hold him every
it's gonna
time.
be a low-scoring,
hold him.
ugly divisional game. And it's going to come down to Steelers-Ravens Week 18 for the division.
I
It
hate
honestly
that.
might. That is a good lock of the week from you, Pat. The other two,
It's a dog of the
Dog
week.
They're not
No.
locks. They're dogs.
Yeah. get
dog
it
of the
right.
week, whatever. But the Browns, that's a dog. That's a dog. I like that.
Hey,
Texans.
I threw that one in
Yep,
for
let's
you,
pick a
Drew.
playoff team to beat the Chargers. Yep.
I wanted to
They're both
Honorable-
playoff teams,
Giants,
bro.
I like that just because.
honorable mention to the Eagles are 2.5-point dogs, and the Ravens against the Bills, and the Ravens are 2.5-point dogs against the Packers. Consider both of them. Went with these guys.
I don't
That's
like
fair.
either.
Is that one? Is that one at Lambeau? The
Yep.
Packers.
Yep. That's why I didn't go with them. That's why I
Yeah,
just
they're not.
considered it.
Smart.
Yeah, they're not losing that.
They could.
7-7, Pat. And take a look at this,
Not
Pat.
bad.
This is a winning culture we
Hey.
got on this slide.
Drew,
Last
you could
week-
very well be 7-7 as well after tonight.
Hey, let's calm it down. We're digging in my time here.
If
So
you play
last week
four
had-
bets, Drew.
I had 2 locks of the weeks. I had the Broncos and Jags over. I think it was 45.5 when we filmed the podcast. That hit easily. 54 points in that game. Electric. That's cash. Gets us to 7-6, up 1 unit. That is $10 right there. And then the other lock of the week was 49ers minus 5.5. They're playing right now, currently up 7 at halftime. So it's looking like a little 2-0 sweep. Get out the brooms. But yeah, let's get into this week. Mr. Schneider, let's start it off. We got Jags. We got them boys. Them boys coming. We got Jags minus 6.5. They are playing the Colts. Obviously. I made this bet before seeing Phillip Rivers play tonight. So it's a little risky because he's slinging it so far. But the Jags are phenomenal. Their offense has really been playing incredible. The Colts, you got a 44-year-old behind the helm. They've been trending down, going into a tough part of their schedule recently. I think the Jags are just going to keep their form, dominate, and win by at least a touchdown. I think that's great value against the Colts. And then the second lock, we got Saints minus 2.5 on the road against the Tennessee Titans. Saints, people aren't talking about it enough. I think they moved up a lot in our power rankings. They got 5 wins. Tyler Shaw, good quarterback. He's one of the best quarterbacks. Yep, Tyler Shaw, one of the best quarterbacks from this draft class. He's been quietly putting together an incredible rookie campaign. Evan, for your reactions, you had him as a potential rookie of the year. He's not far off, honestly. I think
he's
the Saints,
second
that's
now.
free money. Cam Ward's been playing well, but the Saints have just been beating everyone they've been put in front of. I like that value. So, yeah, those are my
Yeah.
locks. We're going to be up 4 units next week.
I like the Saints better than the Jaguars one. That's a divisional game with that large of a spread.
Let's calm down with the divisional, huh?
Oh,
Fate,
see that.
fate of the week is, in fact, the Saints.
Really?
Yes.
I honestly think
The
I'm
Jags
more
are my
confident
team.
in the Jags.
Titans
do
plus
agree with that.
2.5.
Cam Ward's been
You-
playing really well.
Matt, do you remember which one you faded last week?
I faded the Jags game, I think.
did.
I feel like last week was a good showing by Drew.
I haven't been feeling good about the fades, but this
Yeah,
one,
no. I've
this
been
one, I'm
getting better about it.
getting back into form.
A couple weeks ago, I fell apart, but I've been trying better now.
All right. I believe next we're gonna be talking about next week. So let me just read off what the spreads are real quick, and we'll pick a few that we want to talk about. So, let's go. Dallas is favored. Detroit's favored. Denver. I should read out who they're playing against, I guess. Dallas
So
over
weird.
Washington. Detroit over Minnesota. Denver over Kansas City. The Chargers over the Texans. The Packers over the Ravens. The Saints over the Titans. The Buccaneers over the Dolphins. The Bengals over the Cardinals. Steelers over the Browns. Seahawks over the Panthers. The Patriots over the Jets. The Jags over the Colts. I put a little asterisk next to it because it might change after this game. Raiders over the Giants. Bills over the Eagles. 49ers over the Bears, also asterisks. And then the Rams over the Falcons. So that's what we got this week. What would we like to discuss? I think I guess Pat kind of touched on it, but Steelers Browns real quick. If the division is really on the line, I can see it both ways. Like the Steelers are trying extra hard to just close it out so they can rest their starters week 18. But also the Browns want to play spoiler. So I guess the spread makes sense. I still got to go with my guys, but
Browns are a frisky pick here, going out on a
yeah,
limb.
and
Yeah.
they kept it close with the Bills last week.
Browns
But
aren't that bad.
they did lose Judkins in that game,
Sure.
and Shadur got banged up.
That Sanders guy that had it running back was okay, though. Honestly.
That was the quarterback I think you're thinking of.
No, they have a running back named Sanders, too, now.
Dude, Shiloh
Crazy.
got cut like preseason, bro.
Oh, shit. Is this a Jimmy Horn situation?
They're also
Yeah, right.
they're also playing the Bills' run defense that's terrible. So
Yeah.
anybody's gonna look against them.
Yeah. I think the Steelers win it.
Jahmyr Gibbs to what was it 2 yards rushing?
2 yards. 2 yards on like 7 carries or something like that. It was crazy.
Yeah. So I don't know. That one's close.
I think the Chargers game is gonna be a fun game to watch.
I agree.
Yeah, that could go
Yeah.
either
That's gonna
way.
be like that's gonna feel like playoff football.
Yep.
That's
That's-
going to tell us a ton about the Texans.
That's big for
They-
playoffs
they
even
win
too.
that.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, they're both in wild
Um,
card spots right now, I think, right?
Yeah, I think they both will probably end up being wild card spots because the Broncos have kind of an easy game versus the Chiefs this week. But yeah, I think Houston's 1 game back from the Chargers and the Bills. So if they want to not play, was it New England or Denver, then they got to
Oh,
win.
they want to play Denver. What about
Dude, I
the
think
Bills
you
versus
honestly want-
Eagles?
What?
Bills
Sorry.
versus Eagles.
Bills, Eagles. That could be the game of the
Yeah.
week right there.
The Bills have been playing teams close this year, kind of unlike them. And the Eagles obviously have been bad, but I could see this going either way.
Yeah.
I'd probably
The
pick
right
Niners.
teams are the home teams, by the way.
Okay. I'd pick the Bills, but
They're
I don't know.
both of them are just so week to week. And like
Yeah,
I
know
really
that.
don't the 2 games the Eagles have won recently have been against like the Raiders and Washington. And Washington game was close until Mariota came out, so it's like
Yeah.
I don't know how good to feel about them still. And then
Yeah.
Buffalo is all over the place. So it'll be interesting.
You know
Dude,
what?
the
I don't-
49ers Bears game too. That'll be a good one.
That's
Yeah.
big. That's big. If the 49ers win that game, will you two give them some
No.
flowers?
No.
Just a little
Probably.
bit? Okay. I
might
also...
give
because the
up a
Bears
I
spot.
don't
aren't
think the
legit,
Bears
right?
are I don't think the Bears are Super Bowl.
Booyah.
I don't think they're Super Bowl bound. They're not on the mountain.
Okay, calm it down. 49ers should be. But I don't know why, but the Panthers are kind of calling to me as a little upset
Yeah.
point here.
I don't know if that game matters that much though.
No,
If the
not to
Panthers
them.
win that game, then I don't know.
Like for the Panthers, I guess if they win this
They
week,
haven't
then they win the
clinched yet, have
division.
they?
Yeah.
No,
No.
it doesn't matter
Yeah,
That
what
game
they do
matters
this
for
week.
both
They
those
need
teams, honestly.
to beat the Bucks. It doesn't matter what they do this week.
But what if the
Okay,
Bucks
well then-
lose?
Yeah, no, I think if the Panthers win and the Bucks lose, I think they win the division.
Yeah, the
Oh,
Bucks are playing the
uh,
Dolphins. They could easily
True.
lose
Yes,
that
that's
game.
right. That is correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're probably both 1:00 games, I think. So
At home too, with that Panthers fan base getting ready for
Both,
a possible playoff berth.
Yeah.
I
don't know. I
That
feel like
should
that
have
one's
been a
gonna come
dog of
down
the
to the
week,
last
Pat.
week.
That's
I was
a dog
thinking
of the
about
week
him.
right
I was thinking about him.
You should have thought about it, huh?
I
You should
thought
have
about
not
it.
just-
7.5
put it
lot, but
down.
I thought about it.
Yep. Apparently, we don't pick underdogs for the dog of the week.
All my dogs
anymore.
are underdogs, Drew. I don't know what you want.
Yep, half-point underdogs. Yep. But yeah, I'd like that as a dog.
Giants,
pretty solid.
Raiders.
We haven't
Garbage
talked about that.
match.
Honestly, I want to lose that game so bad.
Well, you're gonna win it, buddy.
I know
Yeah,
we
you're
are.
probably
I know we
gonna
are.
win.
You're
I know
winning
That's
that
the
one.
most Giants thing ever to not get the
Yeah.
number 1 pick.
We were trying so hard to tank last week. I've never seen anything like it. It's just
I
I
you
think you
can
guys
tell.
just suck.
No, there's something
You
fishy
guys do
going
kind
on.
of just suck.
We get Dart
Yeah.
through the ball like
No,
twice.
they're
in
the
the
best.
first
They're the
half.
best
Yeah, I
2-13 team ever.
Yeah, we are, and the coaching staff doesn't want us to win. That's what's going on.
It turns out
we
that
can
even
make
when you're
run
the
in these
best 2 and
playoffs.
13 team ever, you're
You're
still
still
not a good
garbage.
football team. You're still a 2 and 13 football team.
We could have made a playoff run if they didn't force us to start tanking. That's all I'm saying. But we tank with the best of them, unlike those Commanders.
What? When could you have started a playoff run?
Back when we were like
Yeah.
2-6, maybe could make a little run. Win out, maybe.
Was never gonna happen.
Oh
What was
my God.
possible? When you got Dart behind the helm, anything can happen.
Dude, I don't know. These.
Let's move on.
I'm obviously biased. So.
I would
Oh,
like
good.
to introduce our fans to a big day in PFS podcast history. We have our first guest appearance.
Oh,
First
is it
a
Philip
woman.
Rivers?
He's too busy playing.
No,
Hello.
it's
Hello.
yeah, he was
Sideline
busy
interview.
again today. But we have PFS Cameron with us today, and she is going to run us through her her vibe picks, because she doesn't think about them too much, but
He's backhanded. Oh my God.
she has a better record than I think all of us. Maybe Pat and her are tied or something.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
I think we need to do a recount on my
Dude.
games. I'm starting to see some questionable shit going down.
Man,
I'm seeing the graph. I'm
loving
seeing
my
the graphic giving me the wrong games. I'm seeing some lone wolf points disappear. That's all
So-
I'm saying.
We just kind of gotta trust these vibes here. So welcome PFS Cameron.
Hello,
What an
everybody.
intro. Hello,
PFS
welcome.
Cameron,
It's so nice
welcome.
for the fans to see my face. Finally, you might recognize me
character.
from my weekly picks.
You're welcome for meeting me. So whenever you're done talking, you're just gonna click the mouse
Whoa.
about each game.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Okay. So, Commanders versus Dallas. So, to be fair, I've actually only watched one Commanders game, and it was when they were playing the Broncos. So, I actually think they're pretty good. But I do
Yeah.
I am happy. I think I picked a Dallas lone wolf once, and I was right. So I like them for that. But I definitely don't think the spread will hit. So I'll go Cowboys, but I don't think the spread will hit. So my number one fantasy football pick was Justin Jefferson, and that has not gone well. So I'm a little bit unhappy with that. I watched the Lions game because I'm a Steelers fan, and I thought they looked okay. The Steelers were just better. So I would go Lions, and I would keep that spread. That's a big spread. But honestly, I've been saying the Chiefs are bad. I think people got too caught up on their past success. So new fans like me were able to tell that they were bad from the beginning, but I think some older fans might have gotten stuck on their past fame. So, I I do like the Chargers, just like because I like Madison Beer and Justin Herbert. But I like, but I do think that the 49ers and Texans are like wavering. Like it's been between the 49ers and the Texans for my top 5. So I'm going to say that.
Damn
It's
right.
crazy.
There we
Was it
go.
the
Yeah.
Chargers or the
Three
Texans?
against two.
The Texans. The
All
Texans.
right.
It's crazy
Three
that the
against
Chargers are
two.
favored, right?
49ers
Is
to the
that-
moon.
I'm picking the Packers for sure. I think the spread should be way bigger. But I guess the Ravens do need this game, right? Do the Packers?
Yeah.
Ugh, I think the Packers still. So I knew nothing about either of these teams until last week when Evan explained Shuck to me.
Tyler Shaw. Good at football.
Yeah, I like that. And I like that he has like a song and stuff. I don't know anything about the Titans, but I heard you guys saying there's someone named Cameron.
Cam Ward.
Oh, Cam.
Damn Lord.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna go with the Saints. Oh my god, I had Baker and Egbuka on my fantasy team, and they have not been doing too good.
Good.
But also, like, isn't Tua like
He's been.
messed up?
Third
Yeah.
string.
Oh, okay.
Mashed
I would give
potato
it to the
bread.
Bucks. I would give it to the Bucks, but I also think that's a crazy spread. I wouldn't. I like Joe Burrow. I like the Bengals. Oh, but I do like is that Trey McBride? I can never tell between the Falcons and the Cardinals. So whenever they played each other, was that this week?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really confusing. But I would pick the Bengals.
Yeah.
Steelers, obviously. Okay, so this is another one I get confused between the Panthers and the Jaguars. But I do like both of them. I like both of them, and so I'll be picking both of them this week.
Okay. So upset alert.
Upset alert, dog of the week. Uh-oh.
Whoa,
Uh-oh.
Keep going, keep going.
Yo,
Keep
Oh my
going.
God, okay,
You're
rapid-
Ignore it.
commandeering dog of
Rapid
the
speed.
week?
Patriots,
None of
Jags,
this 1.5
Giants,
bullshit.
Bills, 49ers, top 5 team in the NFL. And also the Rams, because I like Puka Nacua, and I agree that the Rams are a number 1 football team.
It's a rough week to come out as a Puka Nacua supporter. Rough
Yeah,
week.
we-
Happened this week.
Give him a week.
Oh,
Let
well-
Kula.
We'll talk about off
I
camera.
can't believe
Wait, just cut that part. Cut that part out.
that.
But yes.
But yeah, I'd advise you guys to all tail because my record's looking pretty good so far. Evan said his new strategy is to just get one up on me and then guess the rest of me, the same as me for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I just want to have a bet.
So
That's not bad,
keep an
for
ay
sure.
on that.
Is
I
Is
want
that
to
really
recon again.
first?
I'll have to look after this week. I think she was down 1 or 2 to you, Pat.
Holy cow, I blew that
Even a
lead.
full recount because I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
I'm
I like how Evan stopped telling us week in and week out who
Yeah.
scored how many.
Yeah,
Yeah,
points.
you
right.
just gave
And
up.
it's-
I-
these numbers.
Cameron's
bullshit.
gone
That's
all
what
I'm
it
the way
going back
higher
and
up the
counting mine
leaderboard.
manually.
Yeah, no, I think I should be
Alright.
fighting for sure.
Uh,
Matt, you
All
can
right,
stay
buddy.
where you are. I've been too long.
you aren't playing.
Great picks, Cameron. I like the vibes.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
that was a good segment. Up until you tried to
Sounds good.
steal dog of the week.
Yeah, that was the best part.
And the
Once
Puka
again-
Nacua appreciation.
Yeah.
Oh.
Low tough, low tough.
Once again, make sure you check out the Instagram on Thursday. All of our picks will be up. Especially hers. You
Wait,
should tail as well.
yeah, don't be surprised if I switch some things up because I don't know.
Vibes.
Vibes
you're
might
locked in.
change. Vibes might
You're
change.
locked in.
I like
No,
it.
you can't change anything.
Vibes change,
Also-
Drew.
This is not betting advice. This is not betting.
No,
Ye-
this is
yes,
strictly
it
vibes
is.
advice.
Yes, it is.
True.
Where?
Okay,
No, this
okay,
is
bye
betting
guys.
advice.
Great
This is
podcast.
business.
Thank you,
Perfect
PFS
talk.
Cameron.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, Cameron.
Thank you for coming on. Awesome. What a guest.
That was awesome.
He's trying to
Hopefully,
get us a lawsuit.
What do you mean?
hopefully,
Who's gonna
hopefully
sue
next
sue
week.
us?
Hopefully next week, Phil Rivers can come on, so we can talk to him and get his rapid fire spread picks.
Yeah, he won't have a game next week at this time, so it'll be fine.
Awesome.
He's
All
killing
right.
me.
We're gonna go rapid fire touchdowns to close this out. Here we go. Javonte Williams, he's gonna score. Amon Ra, RJ Harvey, Woody Marks, if he plays, Derrick Henry, Chris Olave again, Mike Evans again, Marvin Harrison Jr., Kenneth Gainwell, of course, Charbonnet, I think it's a Charbonnet week, Stevenson, since Henderson's out. Jacoby Myers again. Dart, he's gonna run one in.
Yeah.
Kincaid, he had 0 catches, 0 yards this week. I think he makes up for that next week. Swift and Corum once again. Drew, talk your crap right now. Let's hear it. I went 12-4 this week, guys. 12-4. This is betting advice.
Yeah, blind squirrel finds an acorn every once in a while. Let's just go through Javonte. That's fine.
Did they find
Amon-Ra,
12
fine.
acorns?
RJ, good. Woody Marks, you're stretching it a little bit. Derrick Henry, if they hand him the ball, sure. Chris Olave. I'm worried that the Saints may get up by so much that they don't have threats. So, like, if Olave doesn't score early, it might be tough. But, hey, Evans only had 2 catches this week. Or, no, he had, like, 4. He had 2 catches going into the last drive. I needed him to get 40 yards. That was pissing me off. But I'm fine with that. Marvin Harrison, don't like that. Gainwell, sure. Charbonnet, don't like it. Stevenson, don't like it. Myers, like it. Dart, I think they're putting him on hold. I don't think they want him to scramble, so I don't like that. Kincaid, Swift, Corum, I'll allow all of them. I'll give Corum his respect this week. So what, maybe like 10? 9 or 10?
I'll take 10 for me.
I'll give you
if
a
you were to
I'll
put a
give you
unit on them all, you
a
definitely do that.
9.5 line. Yeah, you need to bet on these. At least a little bit. Maybe
I
not a unit on
probably
each
will.
because that's a lot.
Maybe we'll do a quarter of a unit or a half a unit or something.
Yeah, you can't put $10 on each of these.
I mean,
We should all do it. We should all put 250 on each
250?
one. Yeah, 250 each, and then we just
A
split.
quarter of a unit?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we get one
true,
unit
'cause
on every
that,
single
that
one.
would be a unit each.
That would
Yeah,
be a
that
unit.
gets a
This is
unit.
true.
Yeah, good
We'll
idea.
talk about it. We'll talk
Yeah.
about it.
It'll be
Yeah,
in the group chat.
Get things going.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
only legal side group chat that's active.
I think we're gonna fade the quarterback list for now.
Yeah, this is good.
But that
This is a good.
that can be a next week thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for another great week of football. We got
Yeah, a lot of great
they're all
games this week.
throughout the week now too. It's like Christmas Day and then
Oh yeah,
is it
I do wanna see
Saturday?
Saturday, Sunday.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Christmas games, they're not doing anything for me. Just looking at them right now.
The
There's
quarterback
nothing.
slate is terrible. It's gonna be like Josh Johnson in there, Chris Olajuwon.
Like, I can see how at the start of the year these
Max
look
Yeah.
like
Crosby.
good games, but
Great
they are
games.
just disgusting. I don't want to watch
Yes.
any of them. I honestly think Cowboys Commanders might be the most entertaining one. Which is
Yeah, the
Cowboys with
Vikings are
Josh
going to keep
Johnson
it close
playing.
against the Lions, I bet.
but that's
Is
gonna be
it
ugly.
Brosmer playing or McCarthy?
9.
Alright.
I'm
I
not
don't know
sure.
who McCarthy. I don't know who McCarthy is.
I thought he
9
was so
years.
bad, and then he's been playing better.
Yeah, he's answered the bell some here recently.
He really just
Yeah.
had like 2 bad games and then everyone wrote him off. But I did too.
Well,
Yeah.
I think that's all we got. But happy holidays and Merry Christmas to all of our listeners,
Merry Christmas, everyone.
and Merry Christmas to you guys. In case I don't see you, which I probably won't.
Happy holidays,
Um,
everyone. Huh?
Yeah,
Thank
Merry
you.
Christmas, everyone.
Thank
Merry
you.
Christmas, everyone. Enjoy.
Yes, and this was our week. Was it week 16, week 17 show?
Yep.
And yeah, happy holidays from the PFS team. See you guys.
Merry Christmas to all.
And to all, a good night.